Hi and welcome back, Sagittarians. We're going to go straight into your reading now. As you look to your left hand side bottom card, we're starting with the Page of Cups. Now the Page of Cups, it also likes to be very charisma, does the Page of Cups. Now as we're looking, we're seeing that we've got a lot to learn here with the page. You know, it's about education, it's about learning and also sharing. He can understand in getting to grips with others. It can be very sympathetic towards others, but he likes to show his own charisma there. So it's a little bit like we're starting off with you Sagittarians, where you're showing like a little bit of your true self coming out towards doing things for other people. I can see the Queen of Wands. Now the Queen of Wands relates to a great education on your shoulder. So you've got empathy, you've got education, you've got two cards there which showing you, look, you've got the little black cat with you there as well, which is showing a lot of luck upon your path. But it's significantly, you like to grow and you like to mature and you like to show that you've got this maturity about you. When you need to be, you will put up a fight because the Ace of Swords is there for you. So although with fresh and new battles with the Ace of Swords, the battles that you can show you can win, you can see two sides to you in the start of your cards, where you've got that side that shows you sharp, right, and then the sharp side of you that shows where you can be blunt. So the empathy's there and you'll show it when it's needed, but you're tough on the other hand. You know, you stand up to things. So no challenges are about to come upon your pathway, but you're not frightened of them. You can get you're good at sticking to your ground. So watch for no challenges, but they're good. You do have the Empress, which means nurturing of your ideas. Also pregnancies around because she is a nurturing mother figure. She brings births forward and a bursts of ideas, bursts of decisions. But again, where she's got the growth with her, you've had a lot to learn as well because your lessons are there and your battles are there and your education is there. So again, the Empress is showing her hand there, but she's also showing that there's no ideas that can be born here. But we're giving you the King of Swords. Now, if you've got an idea that needs to come to light, you've got to make sure you seek your advice from your king. Now, he is a very good advisor. So don't forget to seek the advice of others, because where the sword is, again, it can be giving advice and seeking it. I feel like Sagittarians can be good advisors. I think people listen to their opinions and what they've got to say. So you may be advising someone else, but do take that on board, that you need to seek your advice too should you sign any documents or contracts, because it can come in the way of a legal man, can the King of Swords. Now you do have ideas and you do have the High Priestess, which is again, she sets the seeds. But again, you can see that where you've got unity and growth with the High Priestess, she likes to bear ideas. Now also, you can see where you can keep secrets as well, because you can be the bearer of secrets. So you might find where people's talking or people's giving advice, receiving advice, whichever way around this is, that you maybe have to hold on to some things that you can't reveal right now, that you have to keep a secret. So maybe somebody's going to confide in you where you have to hold that safely guarded. But she's got a lovely, lovely spiritual card. She's the most spiritualist card, and she appears in the pack as the High Priestess. So you've got great creativity with you, but also you've got a beautiful intuition, a spiritual nature about you as well. You just have to use it. Now the Page of Swords comes with news, and don't get involved in anybody else's gossip, but it is about communication. Now the communication card means you've got to keep in touch, and you will be receiving news from someone you haven't heard from a while. So watch where the communication comes to you there. And also, you are a lot of knowledge with the Page of Swords. You like to hold on and not share a right lot of your knowledge. You kind of like to keep it to yourself. So you are holding your cards very close to your chest. That might be why you've got your secret High Priestess coming along the sword there, where you do have to keep them cards firmly close. You do have the Devil. Now, the Devil, again, it can be addictions, but I feel like you can be addicted to emotional situations that you need to break free of, because Emotions can drive us in all ways and make us really vulnerable at times. And we can become addicted to them emotions where we can't break free from them. So know that you can with the devil, even though he's tempting you, there's a lot of temptation around. There's no reason not to be able to walk away from something that you don't feel is serving you right. So don't be afraid to do that. And you can deal with things easily once you've done that. The King of Cups is very testing. So you're having testing times around you, and your foot's in the water there, being very tested. But again, his emotional side to you. Again, it's about ridding yourself from them traps of that devil that keeps on taking you back to the same thing over and over and over again. So challenge yourself, challenge your own emotions, and don't be afraid to try new things. I'm drawing you to the back card there where it's showing you the 4, which is links to the Emperor. Now the Emperor is very, very in control of situations. Is started to build things, but are they worth carrying on with? That's what you've got to take with the Emperor. He's solid in it. He is your father figure. He is an advisor, but also it's a card that tells you you've got to make sure that you're building again and you want to finish and complete what you've started. The Queen of Swords relates to you being in control. Again, a sword. You've got a lot of swords in these readings, so it's like saying swords like to be dominant and in control. So this is how you're feeling at the moment. You want to be in control of everything that you're building up around you. But the sword and the Queen of Swords means, again, an advice. So you've got 2 advising cards here. So don't be afraid to listen and take the advice that's needed. And also giving advice, so it could be receiving it and then giving it. But the Queen of Swords, she likes to be firmly in control, and also within work-wise, very high up where they work, and an authority figure is the Queen. So whoever we're talking to in Sagittarians, you are going to be very much in control where work situations are. I know this won't mean everything to everybody, so just take out of it what you can. Now the Star again relates to everything and being around you, but sometimes it's dull. Sometimes we have to lift our head up and look forward, but we won't do that till we've got rid of things. So again, even though it's about ditching things and starting things, you're a little bit of emotional, these cards are a little bit all over the place to me when I'm looking at them. So I feel like it's about releasing things and pouring things out, and not knowing what you don't need around you, just get rid of. So you can see that once you've ditched a lot of this stuff, you can start to see that stars will shine around you. But patience is what's needed, and Sagittarians sometimes don't have a lot of patience. The North is the Fool. Now that's a risk taker as well, and Sagittarians will take a risk from time to time. But again, you're nobody's fool, but you have got to take a few risks in order to move forward sometimes. And that's the North, but you've taken a few risks in your here and now. And don't get too far to the edge. Note even though you're taking a few risks, note that not everything is worth the risk as well. So don't go too near the edge. Study what you want, and don't go walking into anything you feel is a bit risky. I see that again, where we've got the mature ones here with the news around, and that is abundance around us. So we've got to be prepared that where this abundance comes and it sits in with us, it can come in the form of inheritance, and it can come in the form of redundancies. But however form it comes, whether we've nurtured our money, we've worked for our money, it means a little bit of being able to spend a little bit on yourself, because you've got that mature wealth in that card there of the 9 of Pentacles at the top right hand side. Someone may need a little bit of support and a little bit of a helping hand here. So you're going to be supporting and helping someone, but they need to look up to you as well to see where you are going to support and help them. And don't be too stubborn and turn your back and not look at the ones that's trying to help you as well, because that little bit of guidance and helping hand is what sometimes is needed. So take the time out there. Although I feel some of you Sagittarians have been helping others, giving others a little bit of an helping hand, we can see that the recovery card stands at the top there on the right hand side, which means although last battles and things you've gone through, you can start to get over. You can start to take some time out and some space to reflect on the things now, and you know, giving thanks for what you've got, the abundance you have around you, a little bit of helping hands you've sought and found, that you can now reflect on this and see that others have been kind. And know you've took a few risks, but now it's time to take a little bit of a rest. You've got the Hermit. Now the Hermit will bring you out the dark and into the light. He's a wise old man, so you need to put your wise cap on here. And you know that if you need to seek a little advice again, because I know that they've got 3 cards and they're all advisors, what it's saying is sometimes you might seek things without telling others as well, that you don't want to confide in others. You don't want maybe the ones that's close to you. You'd like to seek things from further afar and deal with things in the way that you want to deal with them. But he's always wise, and they say he's got a good head on his shoulders, so it's you Sagittarians, and seeking that road ahead of you, and note that it's light there, and it's like he's lighting up the pathway. So don't be afraid to say that you can see where you're going. And if it looks a little bit risky, don't go down that road. Just hold back a little bit, because the tower's there for you. And that tower is saying it's time to sort out. It's time to clear out, and it's time to note our direction, because the tower blows off the steam, lets things out, clears the hair. And if you don't, you will be on rocky foundations. So about changing things and building things what's solid, and not letting anything guide you off your pathway that you're challenging yourself on right now. The world is there for you. Now that's completion. So again, it's travel. It's like possibly that you're thinking of travelling there or to new locations, but it's giving you the world. It's your oyster now. So it's like you feel like you've completed one cycle, and it's a challenge to take you on another. But whatever you take on, you won't be defeated by, because where you've got the 5 of Swords, and you should always be careful with 5s because they're middle cards, and it's like, you know, we're going to look back here, but I'm going to go, like you say, clear out my tower, know the route I want to go through for my Hermit, but also where the card of looking back and the battles I've had, make sure that nothing comes up and you're battling at the expense of others. So although you might defeat 1 or 2 people, it might not leave you in a good place. So always make sure your battles are worth fighting there, and if anything you do need to walk, then you will do. So it's a little bit of a mixed card for me, the feeling here that I've got with that card for Sagittarians. You know, don't look back at it, but keep going forward. You have a beautiful, happy family around you, because the 10 comes of, again, a nice completion card of a family, but sharing and getting together and having a bit of family time. And this is where you're enjoying this bit of moments. But be prepared for something again to just knock you down a little bit, because you've got your 5 once again, quite a lot of 5 and middle cards there, which is saying, look, you know, sometimes we have had our battles, but don't cry over spilt milk. You know, if you turn around and face some challenges or face things head on, you can get over your bridge pretty quick, and do away with your fears. Don't carry them with you, because you've got to bridge over troubled waters here, and, you know, face things and challenges, but you get propped up, and you've got, like I said, you've got your advice there, you seek and give. But note that depression card, that sorrow card is there, so something, you know, don't be a card that you feel sorry for yourself either. So working that sorrow off. But note that where we've got the card at the back, it's giving us the Emperor. Now that means it's something worth completing. So you've got a bit of challenge there, and you'll see where you're going with your Hermit. Just note your own guidance there. You've got a great intuition and a powerful High Priestess with you in this week. So I hope you've enjoyed that reading. I hope you can take something from that, whatever you can't leave behind. If you do like the reading, please like and subscribe, or even leave a comment, and I'll post you another video in the coming week. Thank you for listening.